Hey guys, how are you? So this is Sunil and today I am going to discuss a very beautiful and important topic which is relations and types of relation. So a relation, what is a relation first? We need to define. A relation R is a subset of Cartesian product A cross B. So we are having set A and set B. Then what is a relation? Relation is a subset. Relation is defined, is denoted by R, and it is a subset of A into B. What is relation now? In statement form, relation is the collection of ordered pairs. Two elements are related by predefined statement. Relation is a collection of ordered pairs like A, B, in which A related to B, and this is unique for every question. This is unique for every question where this A belongs to A and this B belongs to the set B, if it is from where A into B. And of course in 11th class you all are very clear about what is domain, what is range, what is codomain. So domain, the set of all first elements of A is known as domain, and D is set of all second elements, it is known as range, and this set is known as codomain. Now let us take an example. That set A is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And R is a relation. R is a relation in A to A, or you can write A into A. R is a relation in A into A, and it is defined in such a way that R is having some xy, or you can write some AB, where x plus y is 7. X plus y is 7, where x, y belongs to A. So what are the order pairs of the relation R? So what is values of x and y which satisfy 7 here? So if you put x1, then what is the value of y which makes 7? No value. So if you take 2 here, then, and if you take 5 from here, then 2, 5 satisfies this relation. If you take 3 from here, and then 4 from here, then it is also satisfying. Similarly, 5, 2 and 4, 3. So these are the parts of our relation. Now we are coming to a very important types of relation now. Let R is a relation from A to A. Here R is a relation in A into A. R is a relation in A into A. Then how you write reflexive relation? Reflexive relation means a relation is said to be reflexive when each element of the set A, or every element of the set A is related to itself. When it is related to itself, it means, what does it mean? When you take some element A from A, this is the basically working rule when you attempt some questions. Let us take some element A from where? You need to take the element from the set which is given to you earlier. So reflexive relation is A belongs to A implies AA must be in R. This element's reflection is this one basically. So both the pair, it means this is related to this one. So AA must be in R. Or you can take any other element. It means for every element from set A, then AA must be in R, then it is said to be reflexive relation. Or you can say a reflexive relation, you can use one symbol here, implies that implies also. It means when the relation is reflexive, AA in R, when AA in R, then relation is reflexive. It means converse condition is also true here. Right? Let us take some example. If you see this relation, what we are having here, if we take 2 from the set A, then it does not have 2, 2. It does not have 3, 3, 5, 5, 4, 4. So it is not a reflexive symmetric relation. So a relation is said to be symmetric. A relation is said to be symmetric relation if and only if. A word I am using here, if and only if. It means a relation is symmetric, then it holds some condition, and if it holds that condition, it is symmetric. So a relation is said to be symmetric for A, B, two elements from the set A, and if the order pair AB is in R, it must implies that BA is in R. If AB is in R, then BA must be in R. Or you can write, if A are B, then B are the set of all human beings living in a society. And just I am going to find a relation AB. That A is father of B and all AB belongs to the set A. Means we are taking two person at a time, and what is the relation of them between them? What is the relation between them? That is, A is father of B and A and B are from that society. Then how can you say, how you check this relation is symmetric or not? So here working rule is that take two person AB from that set A. First condition, AB belongs to R. What does it mean? AB belongs to R. It means A is father of B. A is father of B. If A is father of B, then A is father of B, then B is son of A. So A is father of B, then B is son of A. So B cannot be father of A. So BA not in R. That if we take A is father of B, then B is son of A. So BA is not in R. So hence this kind of relation is not symmetric relation. Now coming to the third relation, which is transitive. So transitive relation is what? A relation is said to be transitive. A relation is said to be transitive if and only if, or you can write implies, that implies if AB is in R and BC is in R. AB is in R and BC is in R, then AC is in R. For all A, B, C belongs to set A. Now, what we are taking here, we are taking three elements A, B and C. Now this is the working rule for this. We need to take three elements A, B, C, and first two conditions we assume that two conditions are in R. AB is in R, BC is in R. Then we need to check whether AC is also in R or not. If AC is in R, then it is a transitive relation. Again, if we look at this example, R, AB, A is the father of B, then we want to check whether it is transitive or not. Okay, so for this kind of question, what we are going to take, let A, B, C are three persons from that society. First, what will we are taking that A, B, and C are three persons from that society, and we just assume that AB belongs to R. It means what? Symbolically, if we want to write, or in the statement form, in statement form, if you want to write, A is father of B. And if you want to write BC is in R. BC is in R. If you want to write BC is in R as a statement form, here B is father of C. Now we want to check a relation. We want to check a relation in A and C, between A and C. Now A is father of B, B is father of C. A is father of B, B is father of C, then A is grandfather of C. Then A is grandfather of C. So A and C, if you want to write A and C is in R, then A should be father of C. But here A is grandfather of C. So we cannot write, it implies AC not in R. AC not in R, then it is not a transitive relation. Okay, now see. Transitive relation vacuously true. Transitive relation vacuously true. What does it mean, students? Now sometimes if we are writing that AB is in R, AB is in R, for three elements A, B and C is in R, is in A, what we are having, A, B and C belongs to A. For A, B, C belongs to A, what we are assuming that AB is in R. Now, coming to the very important topic, is it always possible that another pair BC is in R? Is it always possible? So, if BC not in R, because what is the condition for transitive relation? That AB is in R and BC is in R, then we need to check whether AC is in R or not. But here, if AB is in R and we are not able to write BC is in R, then how can we prove AC is in R? Because we are not having the second condition here. So here we cannot prove AC is in R. Then we say that transitive relation vacuously true here. In the absence of second condition, we assumed transitive relation vacuously true. Right? Okay. Now coming to the very important topic, which is equivalence. Relation. Now it is again a very important topic, and it is nothing new. It came from reflexive, symmetric and transitive also. So if a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, if a relation satisfies all the three types of relations, then it is said to be an equivalence relation. It is said to be an equivalence relation. So R is an equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Let T be a set of all triangles in a plane. And a relation is defined there, and a relation R is defined as T1, T2. Just what we are taking, two triangles, T1, T2, and how T1, T2 are related. This is the important concept, important topic. So, what is T1, T2 here? How the T1, T2 related? So, there T1 similar T2, or we can say that T1 congruent T2. You can take that relation also here. So, T1 similar T2 and T1, T2 belongs to that triangle, set of triangles T. Now, we want to check whether this relation is reflexive or not, and then symmetric, and then transitive. So we want to check whether this relation is equivalence relation or not. So for this, what we are going to do here, first we will write reflexive. We want to write a reflexive relation here. So for reflexive relation here, let a triangle T1 from T. Let us take a triangle T1 from the set T. Now, can we say that T1 is in R? Can you say that? Because what is the relation? T1, T2. So here T1 is similar. If I write T1 here, of course it is obviously true that T1 is similar to itself. T1, a triangle is similar to itself. So T1 similar T1. So we can write here T1 similar T1. So this is a reflexive relation. Now coming to symmetric relation. So for symmetric, what we need to consider, two triangles T1, T2 belongs to the set of triangles. We need to take two triangles here, or the two elements from that set. Now first we need to assume if T1, T2 belongs to R. What does it mean? T1, T2 belongs to R. What does it mean? That T1 is similar to T2. If T1 is similar to T2, then T2 is similar to T1, because they are similar to each other. Then T2 is similar to T1, which implies T2, T1 belongs to R. Right? Now, for transitive, we need to take three elements from that set, and the set is set of triangles. So we will take T1, T2, T3, three triangles from that set. And what is the condition for transitive relation? That two conditions hold. That if T1, T2 is in R and T2, T3 is in R, then it implies T1, T3 is also in R. Now, why T1, T3 is in R? Because T1 similar T2, T2 similar T3. Then what is the relation of T1 and T3 here? If T1 is similar to T2, T2 is similar to T3, then T1 and T3 are also similar. As you can write, T1 similar T2, and here T2 similar T3, then T1 and T3 are also similar. So now it satisfies transitive relation also. Now this relation is said to be equivalence relation. So R satisfies reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Then R reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Then R is equivalence. R is an equivalence relation. Right? Okay. Now, I just left out one thing here. Transitive relation vigorously true, right? So I just gave you an idea. Now let us talk about some example of this kind of relation, set of all human beings in a society. Then a relation is taken from there, x, y. X is wife of y. So let us take this type of question. X is wife of y. So first we want to check whether it is reflexive or not. I am just covering reflexive, symmetric and transitive again. So first I take reflexive. Now for reflexive I am taking X, a person from the set A. Then XX is not in R, because we take X, a person. X is a wife of Y here, so X cannot be wife of herself here, right? So, or herself or himself, whatever you want to use here. So it is not reflexive here. Second, symmetric. Now for symmetric, X, Y are two persons from the set A. X and Y are two persons from the set A, and if I take X, Y is in R. X, Y is in R. If X, Y is in R, it means what? X is wife of Y. Then YX. What does it mean? YX. That X is wife of Y, it means Y is husband, X is wife. Then how can Y is wife and X is husband? If X is wife of Y, then Y cannot be wife of X. So it does not in R. It is not in R. So it is not a symmetric relation. Now coming to third, transitive relation. So for this we need to take three persons at a time. We need to take three persons at a time. So first two conditions holds for this. For transitive relation, we assume that first two conditions hold. Now see here, X, Y belongs to R. It means X is wife of Y. X is wife, Y is husband. X female, Y male. Second, YZ. If I used here that Y is a male, then here Y cannot be female. Then YZ cannot be in R here. It means here second condition is absent here. We cannot assume second condition here. Then if we cannot assume second condition, then it is the third condition we cannot prove here. So it is there is an absence of second condition. When if there is absence of second condition, transitive relation vigorously true. It means this relation is transitive. This relation is transitive. I repeat, because we are not able to write our second condition, and without writing second condition, how can we come to the conclusion of third condition? That's why it is vigorously. In 11th class, we found there the number of relations in two sets. How many relations are there? Now let set A has n elements. Let's say A has n elements. The number of relations from A to A. From A to A. So first, what will we do? We will find total number of ordered pairs. So total number of ordered pairs are n into n, because A has n elements. So total number of ordered pairs are n into n, and number of relations of the formula for a number of relation is 2 to the power n into n, which is 2 to the power n square. Now number of non-empty relations. number of non-empty relations. It is equals to 2 to the power n square minus 1, because the total number of relations there is an empty relation also, which is 5. 5 is a subset of every set. We have done it in 11th class. So number of non-empty relations are 2 to the power n square minus 1. Now coming to the very important topic, which is very important for the competitive exams, not for the 12th point of view, but in competitive exam, a question surely come from there. Number of reflexive relation. Number of reflexive relation. It is equal to 2 to the power. Number of reflexive relation, it is equal to 2 to the power n square minus n. And number of symmetric relation. It is 2 to the power n plus 1 by 2. 2 to the power n plus 1 by 2. So these are some questions which are very important for the competitive exams.